What do I want people to take from it? I don't know. I've never known.
The feeling that, yes, all this shit we've been told to like, we don't really like it because we really like this. It's a no-brainer when someone hits you like that, isn't it?
Somehow it's actually come out sounding really commercial anyway.
I don't think it's commercial, man.
I
don't fucking...
I think they can handle it.
I think it's fucking proper music, and I think it's a classic record. I wouldn't say...
It's commercial in the same way that, like, you know, Paid Back Writers commercial or
Alright, yeah, alright.
Strawberry Fields or,
okay,
like, you know.
Okay.
Gold and silver and sunshine is rising up. Pour yourself another cup of Lady Grey.
Dave came all the way to London, right, initially, to have this meeting with us, right, about this concept of this album that we were going to make.
The original conversation was, yeah, one guitar at a time.
It was a pretty inspiring meeting, I've got to say. You know, it was like, right, we're going to strip the sound back, right? And what we're going to do is, you know, there's going to be no fat on the album, there's going to be no notes are going to be wasted, just the bare minimum.
You know, we kind of, in spirit, we kept to that.
So we got on there, you know, and the first thing, it's like, let's put another guitar on it, way, bring the fucking tuba, you know.
Oasis is a band filled with incredibly talented people, all who have vision and perspective and bring a lot to the table. You rarely get to work with a group of people that are all such good players and such versatile musicians and such talented people. The band ultimately ended up going for a more bigger and colossal sound when recording this record.
And the next thing, I remember sat at the mixing desk going, fucking brilliant idea, you ought to strip in this sound back, and he was going, oh, fuck off. It's really great that we met him and we got on with him so well, because before that, we'd always done it ourselves. And at the end of Eden Chemistry, I'd kind of hit a wall with it, and I was like, you know what, I just can't be bothered with this anymore. I need somebody else to do it because, you know, I can only get it to sound one way. You work with people who work with shitloads of other bands, they have more ideas.
Well, Dave's huge talent is mixing, and in also getting you know, good performances out of us in the studio.
Give me one or two more of those, so then we can double it either way, you know? Alright. Here we go.
Dave worked with us on our previous album, Don't Believe the Truth, and we just found that after working with him, he was able to direct us in how the album should sound, but not in terms of taking control.
The best thing is that you don't really know who's directing it, but it all just seems to unfold.
I wrote those lyrics, I was fucking arseholes writing that. And you can tell it's just nonsense. But it's like, that's the way that I used to write when I used to write Supersonic, as some might say, and all that. When Dave heard this demo, it's very sparse, done it in Gem's loft. And we rushed it, and because he was going, oh, I really like the way that it's really loose and it's dead sparse. And me and Gem looked at each other and we were like, well, the reason it's like that is Gem's kids were coming in from school at fucking 5:10 and we had to fuck off and just leave it without there's only one guitar and it was going, oh, so it's not deliberate. We're like, no, if his kids weren't coming home, we'd still be there doing it now.
Noel coming around the house, you know, we started at midday and he's got to be out by the time the kids get home. So it's great, no messing about.
In the demo on the back you can hear somebody hoovering up. The bit on the end to bag it up, you know, the explosion, that's plastic explosives recorded from 100 metres, right? And this CD has them recorded from a distance going right up, so it's just like... I would use sound effects CDs on everything, seriously. He was playing back the mix and put the explosion in before Gem had heard it, and he was good, and he went, ooh, fucking hell, not sure about that. That's an explosion, man, that's the start of the album, that's pyrotechnics. Well, I don't know about the fucking explosion. I was like, oh, right, yeah, but the gong's all right, isn't it? It's quite an odd tune, that. It's not like anything I've ever written before, and the bass drops in and out, and it's very strange chords, and it's a bit Pink Floyd, and a lot of the tunes I had actually written before going into the studio had been more on the kind of acoustic side of things. But for this album, I really fancied doing a record where we just completely threw the fucking kitchen sink at it. Once that finishes, the rest of the album just really flows
Our music has changed without a doubt, and we've changed, I think, but in the right way. There's a line and we've not gone over it.
The last time we went to Abbey Road, we got kicked out, you know, because it was in '97 doing BNR, we were all a bit mad then. So it was nice to finally do a full album there.
I wanted to do it in the boardwalk, under the boardwalk, where we first rehearsed in Manchester, because the stars were in the lines, but I said, fuck that, man, let's do it in Abbey Road.
Eyes over the city, rise up from your soul.
I mean, ordinarily we would have gone to LA to do it, because it cost us a fucking fortune. Seriously, it's $2 a fucking day. The best studio in LA is $2,000 a day. As the dollar to pound ratio goes, that's half price to me.
It's round the corner for the start, and the Beatles obviously did all their stuff, and we're Beetleheads.
You kind of walk over the zebra crossing every morning, dodging Spanish tourists. I actually got asked, excuse me, can we just get a picture? I'm like, well, go on then. And then they handed me the camera. I was like, I want me to take a picture. All right, fair enough.
So come on, shake it right down, baby.
There'll be odd classes where you just go, oh, fucking hell, you know, this is it. We're not like doing a session, we're doing like our own record, you know. It's just a great place to go and work, and especially being Beatles fans and stuff like that.
It is a special room. I don't care what anybody says. There's magic there, absolutely. You know, and I don't know whether you raise your game as well. This control room is that small. Everybody just sits around on the studio floor. So somebody might be doing their, you know, piano overdub. It's very involved. It's good. Before going into the studio, we all wrote our songs separately for the most part. But when listening back to the album in its entirety, all the songs seem to sound like they've got a common thread. I really believe being in Abbey Road had something to do with that.
You know, to other people it might freak them out, but it didn't freak us out.
I had the recording time of my life, every day.
When we put all our gear in there, we made that big room into a small room. So a lot of people come in there and go, fuck, why are you going in Abbey Road? It's too fucking big. I'm going, go and have a look in it with all our gear in there, and you won't think it's big now.
I mean, we brought £500,000 worth of our own recording equipment in there, because the stuff that they had back in the day is all gone. So they've got these modern desks, and they're fucking horrible, but they've still got all the old mics. You go in a run-of-the-mill studio and they won't have that many, but with Abbey Road you just find the one that suits the tone of your voice, and they do whatever they do up there. I don't know how it goes on. As long as I can sing to it and it sounds good in the headphones, I'd rather just wait for the magic to happen. We decided we were going to get the 50-piece choir to sing on these tracks, and they're only due to sing on 3. And what are the 2 that they sang on? That's right, the ones that you'll never fucking hear. And they were singing these songs, and it was like exceptional recordings and brilliant. And they're you know, well, they got 50-piece choir on. Doesn't get any better than that. You know, you sing fucking Humpty Dumpty and it'd sound uplifting. You can vaguely hear them on the turn, and yeah, I was saying to Dave, you just fucking turn them up. You know, and he's going, oh, to dominate the track. He's going, that was the idea. You know, there is 50 of them. The bit after the turning was written the night before, the very, very, very last day of mixing. And I was sat in the hotel room, just finding about playing the guitar, and started playing that bit, and I was like, wow, that sounds brilliant coming off the end of that. Gave the guitar to Andy, said, you've got the finger picking style, sat him outside on a stool in LA, and that's the traffic going past.
There is a tune that only me is on.
Which one's that?
The little weirdy tune.
Is that? Oh, it's just you.
It's just me, man. I'm sitting in reception of the studio. Did about 5 takes, because every 5 minutes the reception was going, hello, the village. Order of donuts from Mr. Sardi.
Hey, the village, hello, the village people.
It's all got a roll, and, you know, even the gaps are important. But I don't know if people listen like that anymore. I know I do. I don't think we'd ever be the kind of band who go, oh, we're only ever going to do tracks. Waiting for the Rapture. It's kind of proper skeletal modern blues, I suppose.
That started off as like a real floaty kind of John Lennon thing. I think I was listening to something by The Doors the night before, and you know, lights go on in your head and go, fucking hell, that'd be great.
Going in to make Don't Believe the Truth, we had about 70 songs or something for that were all pretty good. Noel pulled out 11. Our plan was, well, we'll just pull out 15 others.
We kind of set out to make this album that was the songs that were left over, because we'd written so many songs for Don't Believe the Truth. We kind of pretty much had it all done before we went in. This time around we focused more around the grooves. The last album had been quite songy, if that makes any sense. Songs like The Importance of Being Idle and Let There Be Love. It was quite a British retro 60s sounding album. And then we got in there, it kind of changed shape twice during the recording. For the first time since Definitely Maybe, I started to write in the studio. The 3 songs that I wrote ended up being brilliant, and we still left 2 songs behind. With the arrival of a new child, I became extremely focused on my work. You just kind of get it down while you're hot, as they say. We all write separately, we don't sit and collaborate. I couldn't do that, it's just too stressful for me. I kind of just write at home in the quiet hours, and I'm just writing songs like I've never written before. I don't seem to be able to stop. I'm in the studio as we speak.
He's addicted to it, he loves it. He loves it. He's got demo-itis. This album, unlike the others, Noel was coming in the night before and demoing stuff that we'll be doing the next day. So I hadn't even heard it.
There was 3. One of them was Falling Down, and then Come On It's Alright, which hasn't made it, and then Shock of the Lightning.
The first single is one of the ones that I wrote in the studio, and we were in there one night and it was quite late, and we'd finished a track. Before we'd started the next one, I said, I've just got a couple of ideas, just let's throw them down on acoustic guitar and I'll kind of put drums and bass on them.
So you're working out the tempos and the key and everything. You get on the drums, play the drums, get on the bass, play the bass, do the guitar, give me some headphones, sing it down, and you're kind of seeing it evolve over 10 minutes.
It was really out of the ordinary for us to do that. Normally we'll know something inside out by the time we record it.
That's what fucking making records is
That's
about,
the first
I think.
time that's happened since I've been in the band.
I'd only written them the night before, and within a week they were fully formed and recorded. It's like, fucking hell man, that's the way to do it, you know what I mean? It's brilliant, really interesting.
That's the magic of being a songwriter, really, without sounding too corny. I mean, Noel's a great songwriter, we all know he can do it. And then to have a week where you just get hit with 3 new ones on the trot, that's when it just goes, wow, it's a bit like magic, isn't it?
We're punk rock, man, I think, when we get cracking on it. Some days we spend a lot of time on the melody and like we should be just fucking levelling the fuck out of it.
That actually started off as a really gentle strum on the guitar, kind of quite folky, and then I must have got pissed off at Summit and fucking started furiously bashing away like a madman.
When he did the drum solo, and my immediate reaction was, well, that's ridiculous. That's never going to get used. And of course, great, we used it.
Fucking hell, he sweated that day, let me tell you. Well, the last thing we've done that was in any way approaching that kind of ferocity was Bring It On Down, I guess.
And I love singing songs like that because you're not really singing them, you're just fucking flying, you know what I mean? You're just like bouncing on a wave.
It was kind of getting faster and faster, and it got to the point where it's a really faster version that you hear now. I turned to Dave and said, that sounds like the way to come back. Now this is a tune. I don't know what the Shock of the Lightning is, or what it means, or where it's from, or where it's fucking going. Don't know anything about it, just wrote it. We were in Abbey Road doing the last album, Dig Out Your Soul, and our missus has gone away for the weekend, And I wrote this song, and the song that's coming up after this called Falling Down. I wrote that as well over the weekend when she was up in Scotland getting pissed. I knew the minute that I wrote this and I demoed it in the studio, everybody went fucking bananas. And I knew the minute that I'd written it that it was great, you know. And I'd kind of discovered, I wouldn't say discovered, but rediscovered krautrock at the time, and the kind of the driving bass line and drums are kind of nicked from that, I guess, from Noi. But yeah, I love it. I love all the sounds in it, and I love the way it's played, and very good. Well done to me. And the video's great as well. The video is directed by the people who designed the album cover. Another one I'm not in, because at this point, and from this day forward, you know, I have refused to be in videos, because I don't, it's not my fucking bag.
You were in this one a bit.
Yeah, I turned up and I stood on a little tiny thing for about, I don't know, I was in it less than I was in The Importance of Being Idle. If I remember correctly, I had flu as well, and I was like, fucking hell, I think I'd done one run through, and that was it, and I fucked off.
Yeah, the hangover from hell, because you've been out with Jason all night.
Ah, same thing, flu, hangover, what's the difference? Still feel like shit, don't you? Yeah, it's a good video though. If you watch Sexy Boots by U2, it's very fucking similar.
Yes, we did notice that.
Yeah. You know, somebody's lawyer might have to have a word with someone else's lawyer about that. But it's nice to know that, you know, still at that part of our career we were influencing the biggest bands in the world through the medium of video. But if anybody's seen the album cover to this particular album, it's kind of the album cover brought to life. That's the concept behind it anyway. It's directed by a guy called Julian
House.
Julian House, yeah.
And Julian Gibbs.
And Julian Gibbs. Yeah. Drum solo in a single. Fucking brilliant. I mean, you know, it does not get any better than that. Yeah, that bit that's going, that was Dave Sardi's sole contribution to that scene. I think it really drives the song home, I think. Good gear, that.
I think I'm Out of Time, it always gets me. I mean, that's soul music for me.
He's got his own style, lots of la-la-las, lots of strange kind of inversions of chords and really instinctive, quite strange arrangements. He's just got something special.
Beyond Goosebumps.
That took me like fucking 9 years tonight. I only finished that last week. I started that when fucking started that and Bring It On Down come out. Definitely made it. Started that after the boardwalk.
Here's the sound. It reminds me of when we were young.
Complete and utter classic. Great vocals. Like when the solo even kicks in, it just sings.
It just says what it says. I mean, I didn't go to write a song like that. It just sort of just happened, you know what I mean? It's a bit of a sad song, isn't it, I suppose?
He's trying to say, things that he would never say. I mean, we are Northern after all.
He's got no idea how good he is. He just does these things, and if someone makes a comment about that's a good song, he's just like, what do you mean? What I'm trying to say is he's modest in his songs. He won't ever push them forward too much, but he's a quality songwriter.
I think the album needs that kind of song, because initially there was Running Order without it on, and it was just too intense.
You've had like about 4 or 5 tunes that were all pretty mad and full on, and then suddenly Out of Time comes on and it just goes.
I find it hard with words. Other than that, if I found it easier with words, I'd be fucking huge. I would. I'd be massive. I'd be like fucking bigger than W.H. Smith.
I remember Liam saying about, I could hear Lennon speaking on this.
Me and Gem just sat there and we were going, fucking, I fancy a bit of Lennon on this, you know what I mean?
And I think, okay, what's that mean then?
Gem went through a lot of old Lennon radio things and pulled that one out.
And that actual sample, I remember taping it off the radio in 1980, and it's on a cassette, and me and Liam flipped through it on a Curry's cassette.
Churchill said it's every Englishman's inalienable right to live where the hell he wants. It's John Lennon trying to defend moving to New York.
I said, like, turn it up. You can't. All you can hear is. I tell you so. Is it John Lennon or is it Winston Churchill? I don't know.
Fucking, what's that Fox all about? Fucking hell. Video's shocking. I okayed me being in the video. That bit I okayed there, looking like Clint Eastwood. That's fucking cool. But then you give it someone and they go away and start fucking about with it. You know what I mean? So I didn't okay the foxes or anything, or the owls. What the fuck's that about? It's like fucking Blue Peter. I mean, I look fucking great in it, but the whole concept of it's fucking ridiculous. It was made in the Cotswolds. We were there all day. Had me in the fucking water and all this bollocks. You know what I mean? It was terrible. It's not my cup of tea, man. It wasn't meant to be like that, but that's life. It should have just been basically just walking through the streets of New York being a fucking geezer, you know what I mean? That's what it should have been.
You know it's getting hard to fly. If I'm to fall, would you be there to applaud, or would you hide behind them all?
Out of Time was done in Wheeler End. I think it was me, Gem and Andy and Whitey bowled up there. I think Johnny Marr might have been with us. We always went up to Wheeler End for a week just to do some of these demos that I had, just to have a laugh. Recorded a load of songs. This is one of them. I didn't have the chorus for ages, just had the verses. And like I said, I just sat on it for ages waiting. I knew it would come. Then the chorus come and then we had the song. It's a tune. This is the only tune on that album that will stand the test of time. There's some good songs on there, but this will stand the test of time. It's a classic. Playing it live was mega. I mean, I remember we rehearsed it first time we rehearsed it. It was a bit. I think our kid and Chris and all them lot were trying to get it. It went a bit Bon Jovi, so we had to have time out, as they say, to have a little chat about it. A bit stadium rock, so we had to change it a bit and chill it out a bit. Playing it live is fucking great. It's a top tune. It's still fresh. John Lennon thing on the end, we whacked on, me and Gen went over to the big barn and went through a couple of interviews that we'd done, and that was the first one that popped out. Without me saying it's about John Lennon, it probably sneakily is, or it felt a bit Lennon-esque. But I didn't go out of my way to write a song about John Lennon because that would be ridiculous.
Get off your high horse, lady. I don't need you right tonight.
Yeah, Abbey Road was set up like a real playground. I mean, we have amassed a big collection of musical instruments over the years.
It's great because they were all set up and all ready to go at the same time, so it was quite exciting to record like that.
We had them displayed in Abbey Road really nicely for photographs, really. For example, there's about 1 million keyboards.
You line up all the keyboards and you go, hang on, we're not even meant to be a keyboard band. And then Herbie Hancock popped his head in and he was going, hey man, I've never seen one of these, I've never heard of that. And we're going, with your King keyboard, you know.
This was a meeting of the minds. Liam and Herbie Hancock, the greatest jazz pianist in the history of music, meets our kid. So I walk in with him and he's going, hey, and I said, it's my brother Liam. Hey Liam, how's it going? And he's like, all right. I went, Herbie Hancock. And Liam goes, all right. And I went, you know, oh yeah, fucking geezer, man, geezer.
I always love little bits on albums that you don't know really what's coming. You know the bit where the guy's walking up the beach, crunching away? To me, there's all the Quadrophenia references, but as well it could be Get Carter.
It's quite psychedelic and Pink Floyd. It's what it's got to do with the fucking song. I don't, and it was my idea.
Love that. I just get Quadrophenia for
My
that one.
best bit, that is. And they milk it for about 30 seconds.
I just think it's such a British sound.
No one's ever going to notice this, but the seagull sounds start going backwards and then Falling Down comes in. The bleepy synths start coming in for that. That's my favourite bit of the album.
Falling Down, in particular, had to be sang like somebody was singing it Lost in Outer Space kind of thing. And Liam's not kind of a Lost in Outer Space kind of geezer. I just try to get the delivery right. Liam's got a better voice than me when he sings my songs, but it's like if I tried to sing one of Liam's songs, he'd just go, well, you're not singing it right, because it's more about the delivery than the musical notes. We can both hit the notes, but it's about the delivery.
He has a wider range than Liam. You know, it's a different plan of attack. But like, say for instance, Falling Down, that is just no all over really, you know.
Dying scream makes no sound. Calling out to all that I've ever known.
Try not to challenge myself in any aspect of my life, you know. Why do that? Why make it hard on yourself? Fucking hell, man. You know what I mean? You know, I really try to take myself out of my comfort zone. Why? Why do people do that? You know, get your comfort zone, stay in it. That's what it's there for. You know, I didn't tell all these records to fucking then go, yeah, today I will mostly be singing on one leg, you know, with one ear gaffer taped over, just to see how that's bullshit, man. No, I never challenge myself, I do the bare minimum.
I think Falling Down is one of Noel's greatest songs, and I love that feel of it, you know. It's from the greatest film you've never seen yet.
Is all that I've ever known.
So this is Falling Down. I love this tune. And it's quite fitting that it was the last Oasis single, because I think it's the best song I'd written in a long time. The greatest feel, lyrics, sounds, playing, everything fantastic about it. Really love it. It was great to perform live as well. It's quite difficult to perform live, but it was great. I must give a shout out to Jay Darlington for this, because the little string riff, he came up with that, and it kind of took the song somewhere else. It was kind of quite a drony rock song until he played the riff that's coming in. Hello, it's a naked person. The riff that comes in kind of takes it somewhere else, makes it quite melancholy, I think, and brilliant. This bit coming in here. It's fantastic, that. It's like you're lost in space. Not the TV series, that was shite. Actually lost in space. And this video is, that girl is supposed to be, or the suggestion is that she's a member of the royal family who's kind of gone off the rails a little bit. And you know, he's into the old Persian rugs and a bit of drinking and a bit of partying. Obviously wears wellies and has got a dog. And yeah, she's a bit like, fuck this royal family shit. That's not the real red arrows. We didn't pay for that flyby there. I think that's what they call video trickery. See, that's her there. She's at a party with a load of toffs, but they're all strung out on drugs, man. They're all fucked up, man. And that's her security guards are coming to pick her up to take her home. I wish I looked like that when I was on fucking drugs. I wish I looked like that. I looked like that a few times, actually. Or was it like that? No. Well, I do like this video. I like the way it's shot. And I like the fact that I'm not in it. See, I don't know what her problem is with being in the royal family. I'd fucking love to be in the royal family. What's not to like? Fucking great house. Shitloads of money. Security guards. Servants, for fuck's sake. Servants! What are you crying for? Miserable bitch. Yeah, try being in a fucking band, love. It's graft. And so we come in it here. We're supposed to be in we're supposed to be at a was that a film premiere or something? Well, yeah, we're supposed to be in a film premiere, and of course she wants to shake our hands and we're like that. No, we're not. Nah, we're not shaking hands with a royal. And she gets upset about that. I don't know why. I would have shaken her hand in real life. I'd shake a royal's hand in real life, no question. I love Falling Down. It's fitting to me that it was the last ever single, because I think it's the best sounding of them all. If I was to sit here now and listen to Supersonic as the first and Falling Down as the last, I think, well, that's a fucking pretty good journey that is between those two. There's some shit in between, but to bookend your career with those two, that'll do me. I mean, Weller walked in one day. Actually, I didn't see him come in. I was playing some guitar on one of Liam's tracks, and I got to the last note. It's dead quiet, and I just hear in my headphones the mic come on, and fucking someone go, "Fucking rubbish." And I was like, "Is that Weller?" And he was like, "Fucking rubbish." And in his own fashion, kind of walked in. He went, "You got enough fucking guitars or what?" I was like, "It was like 90 odd guitars, you know, all the same model." But well, he only lives around the corner, you see, so. But we didn't get him to play on anything. There
was lots of guest appearances from Kasabian. They didn't get the red light, I'm afraid.
One night we were there towards the end, and Serge, Tom and Dibs come down.
Someone said, let's all jam.
Well, it weren't fucking anyone from Manchester.
Yeah, or Oxford.
We get it in our heads that we're going to just put all the mics up and we're going to record just whatever happened. And we're going to kind of put it in between songs on the album. I'm playing drums, Zach's on another drum kit. Dibs is playing the bass, Serge is playing guitar, Gemma's playing guitar, Liam and Tom around this one mic. I was like, let's just play one note, right? Well, it was the shittest note of all time. We were all playing one chord. Serge looked like he was on stage at Wembley. He was jumping around like a fucking madman going, I've waited my whole life for this. Tom is doing amateur aerobics by this mic. I was just glad I was behind the drum kit just fucking bashing away.
It's fantastic, man, you know. Just them coming down and hanging out, really, you know. And that's how it should be. It's how I always thought it was going to be like when I was 10.
I've got a CD of it. I kid you not. It is fucking appalling.
There's a bit of a pun in a way. Beware, there's life, you know. And you can take it how you want it. The bass and the sitar, and there's no guitars on it. They weren't allowed. Just see if we could get away with it. I mean, there's only 2 chords in it. Had a bit of Manny in my head, obviously a bit of McCartney.
He had me banging this gong, and I wouldn't mind, but the mallet weighs about fucking £10.
Noel played sitar on it, and Andy played sitar on it.
You know, it's not a real one, it's a toy electric one. They're little plastic ones, right? And they're shaped like a sitar. They've got a speaker on the front.
They're like the little square radios, but then I was in a shop and saw an actual one shaped like a sitar with little fake strings that you could plug.
As you switch it on and you pick the key and you leave it there, right? And we had it in the Beatles echo chamber, which is like this tiled room where they got all the reverbs. It looked hilarious. It's in this like really famous room. It's this little tiny plastic sitar with this massive mic that's worth about 50 grand shoved in front of it. And the sitar's worth about £12.50. I was in there for hours just going, wow, wow, wow. And everyone that's heard the album has gone, wow, that is fucking amazing. Who played that?
But I played the real sitar on that as well. I went out to the echo chamber, plucked the sitar for about half an hour and got in touch with George Harrison's spirit.
What's it called? A tambura. I found it in this place in Camden called Rain Man, and when I was buying it, the lady went, "You know Noel Gallagher has one of these." And I was like, yes, I know.
When the track finished, we kind of left it in the room for about a good 12 hours until somebody was doing something. It was like, where's the fucking noise coming from? And somebody forgot to switch it off.
However many recordings you've done in your life that you're not 100% satisfied with, I'm 100% with that one. I just love it. And it's number 9, which that'll do me.
Funny enough, we came up with the album title while we were recording the song. We decided to get an Indian takeaway to coincide with the overall concept of the track. I got myself a chicken vindaloo, and fuck me, it was spicy. Needless to say, I must have spent 2 to 3 hours sitting on the toilet with a serious case of the shits.
I could actually hear Noel screaming from the toilet while we were finishing recording.
It actually felt like I was physically shitting out my soul.
And I thought to myself, that's actually a pretty good lyric. And that's how the concept of Dig Out Your Soul came to be.
I love it, I fucking love it, it's rocking, man. We've done it, that should have been on the last one and all.
We were recording it then going, this is the first single. But it's never sounded this good though.
When I fucking sing it, I still feel fucking mental.
Most of the time, Oasis tunes are very uplifting. This album hasn't got too much of that on it. It's a bit more disillusioned and thoughtful. My song's got a bit of a religious theme, and in some of the other songs too, it's
There seems to be a lot of the mentions of the light I don't know why. I was listening back to the mixes in America and I was thinking, everything mentions the light. And I was like, again, there's a bit of a religious theme going on, but definitely biblical. And the guy that was doing the cover said, yeah, it's religious Armageddon. And I was like, wow, fucking hell. And we got into this heavy conversation. And I was like, sat there after 10 minutes going, fucking hell, I only wrote a few fucking songs so I can go on tour and make a few quid. I don't need any of this shit. You know what I mean?
While Noel was actually listening to the mixes in LA, the rest of us popped over to New York to promote some of the songs from the new album.
When I was young, when I first come here, it freaked me out, you know what I mean? It was like, fucking, because I'm from like, we have one building around our way, it's probably like that chimney over there. But as I'm getting older, I'm starting to appreciate it. New York's a challenge, isn't it? And I think once you master that, you master anything.
A few days ago, I was out just making a little extra cash at Washington Square Park, and a young woman came up to me and she described to me that basically what they were doing is they were leaking 4 songs from Oasis's new album, and they were going to put them in the hands of street musicians. And I guess the idea was where the music would ultimately end up, they wanted it to start there, and that would be the place where people would first hear the music.
We haven't had a lot of time with the music, so just sort of, you know, remembering when it changes to what. And they actually do a lot of things that we like to do, where just like a little lyric is overlapped in a different way.
Tell me what you desire, we'll hang it up.
And then dramatic descent.
New York has some of the greatest street performers in the world, and I've performed and played all over the world. I think that the unsung heroes are in the New York City subways.
I love being a subway musician. It's the best life. I mean, you know, obviously I'm poor as a church mouse, but I'm free and I'm happy, and I do what I love.
I think there's a common link to all subway and street musicians. I think New York has the best, of course, because we deal with the strangest crowd, you know, the most diverse crowd, so you have to have a lot of tricks up your sleeves to charm a myriad of different outlooks and cultures and incomes and whatever.
There's such a diverse crowd of people from all around the world and just everywhere in the city. So you can play for like 1,000 people in an hour, and that's really fulfilling for me. More than playing in a bar or a venue. Like, I get more out of playing the subway.
Get off your high horse, lady. I don't need no ride tonight. Get off your high horse, lady. I don't need no ride tonight. Lay down.
I only got into music because of the Stone Roses and the Beatles and stuff. So everyone I got into was already on the stage, like looking cool, and we're doing it. So, but I appreciate the guy that's got to make a living off playing tunes. We're all in the same boat, really, aren't we? My dream was to be big and all that stuff, but I think they're doing it for the right reasons. You get caught up in the hoo-ha of it all, when all it's about is the music, really, and the tunes. And I think that what they're doing is right. Every time I go for the Chinese, this guy's always up there playing fucking Wonderwall. He's always there, he's going, "Hello, Mr. Gallagher," and I'm like, "All right, you fucker, don't fucking do that tune again." "Hey, Wonderwall, I'm going to a meeting, man." And everyone's going, "Oh, look, it's the Wonderwall geezer," like that. But we appreciate it, I suppose.
In New York City, you have to get people's attention, because if you're like generic and sound like everyone else, no one's going to stop and listen. But if you're doing something that's different and stands out, you're going to draw a crowd.
Don't need a ride tonight. So come on.
literally all just read the dots. Is that it?
All that original stuff when they first broke was really impressive to me. I really like that stuff. When I heard this stuff, I was like, it's cool that they're coming back out with what seems to be a return to really sort of just original, like really rock solid, simple rock and roll. And as I said, it has a lot of potential to work with it and twist it and
which we've done.
And personalize.
We did Shock and Lightning first.
We did Shock and Lightning
We created
first.
almost a symphony out of that.
Yeah, we took Shock of the Lightning and really added some stuff and we twisted it around.
I love, just being here for the short time I've been in this room, to hear the different interpretations on the one song. I try to, the one I learned, and then I hear other people doing it, and I think that's really interesting.
Now that we've been here for about half an hour, I'm starting to just cut on, and you get to hear individual songs one at a time instead of all at once, and it's cool, it's cool. I mean, you just feel like...
It makes me want to play.
Without sounding like a wanker, man, I'm totally blown away, and I didn't think it was going to be like this. I thought it'd be like Opportunity Knocks or something.
It's a bit surreal, man. And
I thought it was going to be like the X Factor and that. No, it's just real people doing what they love and put a lot of people to shame, you know what I mean?
Put it this way as well, I want to hear some of them again.
Yeah, I do.
There you go. I tell you what though, it reminds me of me. As a kid, man, I used to spend £1 on a record, and if they didn't have the record, I'd buy the sheet music for 60p. And I've got all the Jams music.
Showing your age there now.
I've got all Blondie's music, I've got them all, man. And I tell you what, man, you can just have the words, and I can only read the chords, I can't read music. It's proper, isn't it?
Yeah.
After listening to these artists cover our songs, it really inspired me and reminded me of why we love doing what we do when we write music. I'm more protective about my songs. I didn't really feel I had to be about this one. Everyone played great on it. Liam's vocal was one take. It was the only time he's ever sung it. One of his best vocals ever, I think. I just came up with a guitar riff. I had a sort of idea how the melody was going to go, because it's a pretty simple melody, and then pretty much the same evening wrote the lyrics, and the way I recorded it then became the arrangement. The way the album turns out, it's in terms of like the basic approach, it fits right in there. I don't think I'm playing on it.
That's weird that he's not even on his own tune. That's you're fucking weird, you are, man.
Yeah, I'm well out there.
I heard the name Oasis, but I wasn't very familiar with their music, but I like it a lot. It is somewhat reminiscent to me of maybe Neil Young or some groups of the 70s. It's real catchy. I like it a lot.
It's something I've kind of always wanted to do, work with a band that closely and get a chance to not only learn something new and original that nobody has even heard yet, but then also to perform it and have them involved in the process is kind of a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
Hang over the streets at night, right on by the cold.
After 13 years of doing this, I've met about everyone and everyone there is. The subways, MTA, Music Oxford Transit, most of these people are part of Music Under New York. Some of them are not. But most of them are Music Under New York, and we see each other playing down there all the time. We give each other spots, we help each other out. We're there for each other. It's a family. I go down there in the subway, for example, in the morning from 9 to noon, and then at noon I see Rob coming, Next Tribe. They take over the spot from 12 to 4, and then at 4 o'clock Rob sees Luke Ryan coming, and Luke Ryan takes the spot from 4 to 8. And you know, at 8 o'clock, Luke sees someone else come in, and then the rotation switches. You only get a response if you're good. If you slack off, then you know people really do respond. No tips, nothing.
Yeah, we don't like to talk about it, but yeah, we could do good. I mean, if you're selling CDs, like I said, there's like 1,000 people you could play for in an hour. So you sell 20 CDs or 30 CDs in an hour. That's good. You know, and sometimes even more, but it depends on the location and the time of day. One time, someone gave us a $100 bill. I wasn't sure if it was an accident or. So I was like, I'll take it.
I love Oasis, especially Wonderwall, because I played that song from 1995 to '98, and it paid my rent for 3 years. It paid my rent literally.
Good.
Wow.
Me too.
Me too.
I'm still paying it.
I played drums on 3 tracks. Soldier On, Bag It Up, and Waiting for the Rapture. I love playing drums. I'm a fucking really good drummer. Since I was a drummer already with the Inspirals back in the day, I love it. I play the drums on all the demos, but I haven't got the stamina to do, you know, if I could play drums and play guitar at the same time and fucking sing, fuck me, I'd get rid of those jokers.
Soldier On. Happy memories of Wheeler End, the studio where we used to do all our demos. We'd do a rehearsal and then me and Liam, or me, Liam and Gem, would be staying in the farmhouse. And we'd go to the pub and then we'd come back and record 2 or 3 demos.
We used to call ourselves a scuffle band instead of a skiffle band because we just get tanked up and just write all these mad little fucking dink little things.
Other bands use that studio too, so the Coral did an album there. Noel was talking to the guys after they finished their album saying, oh, how did it go? And they explained how they'd turned the computer on and found a load of Oasis demos and they'd listened to them all and they were going to Noel, that tune, Soldier On, that's boss, that tune. Noel was saying, never heard of it, and it went around the whole band, is there a tune called Soldier On? Everyone was like, no, don't think so. He got Stan, who's the Pro Tools dude, to go in and find it. None of us have any memory of where it came from. And so he actually had to prove it to us. We're sitting there going, no, we didn't play that. And then Liam starts singing and it's like, well, it does sound like Liam.
I've wrote tunes like that and we've messed about, haven't we, in Wheeler End. But I remember writing it without a doubt. I remember because I wrote it.
A member of their site, the Oasis Net Forum. So I found it through their website. I saw the big news clip on the news feed on their website. It linked me to the New York City website with all the times and everything. Then I just said, hey, I'm going. That was pretty damn awesome, I gotta say. Pretty awesome. If I went to an Oasis show, I'd definitely like to see him as an opening act.
Don't need a right to
To be honest with you, I stop all the time. It's one of the great things about New York is that anywhere you go, there's someone performing, and you know they have a great beat to it too. I thought it was amazing. His beatboxing is like great. It's just the fact that there's such raw talent, and you know they're not in the big stage or doing it. It's from their heart. You know, if they get famous from it, that's wonderful. But I just look at it, you know, they have to have a talent to be musically inclined like that. I think it's just amazing.
get off your high horse, baby. I don't need no ride tonight.
I mean, clearly, I mean, it's a big difference from the early albums, and I like it. I think it's a more mature album now.
I think being in the subway and saying releasing your work is a good way to get recognized, and if you're really good, it's a good way to become a star.
Feels good to hear other people's versions, and they're just wild cats, aren't they, doing their thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They make me feel very normal.
They're not bothered about making money or making records, or it's making music. Sorry to sound like fucking dweeby.
There's a lot of these fucking miserable bastards out there that enjoy it, man, because that's what, you know, never take it for granted.
If our tune goes in the little set list for the street corner and it makes them a few quid or dollars, they're fair play to them, and I hope it does well for them.
If you carry a lantern, I'll carry you home. If you search for the disappeared, I'll bury the cold. Yours is a messiah, mine is a dream, and it won't be long. No hope for the journey if everything you know is wrong. So come on, shake it right off, baby, before you change your mind. So come on, when the rapture takes me, be the fallen angel by my side.
Based on Forever, I think it's going to be a bit more groovier, a bit more psychedelic, which looking forward to it. It was a great sort of introduction to the song.
Love is a time machine up on the silver screen. It's all in my mind. Love is a litany, a magical mystery. All in good time, yeah. All in good time. All in good time, yeah, 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 yeah.
New York street performers are the best entertainment of the world, and they're just in the streets.
First time hearing it, and it's not a Oasis performance. That's a damn good song. Yeah, it sounds a good song. Yeah.
I like it. I like
Many
it.
Oasis fans in our midst.
It's rad. I like watching her.
Are you an Oasis fan?
What do you think? Of course.
Love is a time machine up there on the silver screen. It's all in my mind. Love is a litany, a magical mystery. All in good time, all in good time, all in good time, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, it was awesome. What was the first song it's called?
Get Off Your High Horse Girls?
Yeah.
I thought that was a little bit better than Shock of the Lightning, actually. They were both really cool.
Although when he does, the falsetto with the shock of lightning, that was pretty sweet. And like, yeah.
And you know, there's a lot of lineup changes in Oasis, so they should consider, you know.
You know what, it's funny because as much as I like the single, I kind of like it more now I've seen these guys. I don't know why, it just kind of, I don't know, it sounds really good in it, I don't know. I think I'm going to go and listen to it with different ears now.
I'm getting a bit jealous of the first band that played High Horse Lady. I'm thinking we should rethink our version.
Yeah, actually, this is a shit idea, this, actually. Whoever fucking... I hate the record
Yeah,
now.
you're trying to make us look really bad.
Overnight, I've just got like, shit.
That's how we should
version.
have done it.
Yeah. So yeah, you fuckers, nice one.
It feels better than the last one and bigger and bolder.
What do I want people to take from it? I don't know. I've never known. You know, I'm not that pretentious to go, well. And I just think that people, after listening to it, would really question, you know, their own existence on the planet. I don't really, as long as they buy it, you know, and possibly tell one of their other friends to buy it as well. Come and see us live and buy a t-shirt. That'll fucking do me.